What's going on, guys? I'm Steve. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video. If it's your first time stopping by the channel, hit that subscribe button. Trust me, you won't regret it. You're a returning subscriber as always, guys. Welcome back, and I do appreciate support. Guys, Bronx, New York. Shout out BX is where this next story takes us. This happened yesterday around 5 o'clock p.m. at a convenience store out there in the Bronx, in which 6 people were shot. And what's even more crazy about that is one of the people that were being chased, because supposedly there were 2 gunmen chasing a group of people into where they ran into a convenience store. 2 masked gunmen. The masked gunmen ran up, started shooting up the place. One of the people that was being chased grabbed a woman, a 40-year-old woman who had a 12-year-old daughter with her, bumped into her, turned around and grabbed her and put her in the way so she could take the brunt of the gunfire. And she was shot, and her 12-year-old daughter as well as 4 other people, ages 18 to 21, who we assume were the intended targets. Either way, man, we are living in a lawless society nowadays where they don't care about shooting into a crowd of people, whether they hit women, children, or innocent victims. And that's the part that's crazy. We're consumed with so much hate now in society that when somebody wants to do something, all they have is tunnel vision on focusing on a target, regardless of all the innocent bystanders that are around, and they don't care who they hit or kill, as long as they kill who they're aiming at. Here's the story.
By the time the bullets stopped flying in the Bronx, 6 people were shot. Police calling the attack brazen and heartless, saying 2 gunmen shot into a crowded convenience store. Fox 5's Duarte Geraldino is live at the scene in Williamsbridge with the very latest. And Duarte, what can you tell us about the mom being used as a human shield and her daughter?
Well, let me first tell you this, Natasha. They are in stable condition at a local hospital, and that's sort of the most important thing right now. But it's just shocking. Police say they were both shot just before 5 p.m. along White Plains Road inside of the convenience store that you're looking at right behind me, 3544 White Plains Road. Investigators say that the gunmen came from across the street chasing their intended targets and went inside of this convenience store. And here's where the twist comes. As the shooter was pointing his gun at the intended target, it was the intended target, according to police, that grabbed that mom and used her as a human shield while her 12-year-old daughter was standing right beside her.
So if you're gonna imagine mom and daughter are up against a counter, and the 2 intended targets come in and bump into them, and then turn the mother around as they're being shot at.
And that mom was shot in the stomach. Her daughter was hit in the leg. Several young men were inside, and they were shot in the arms and legs. Now, surveillance footage, it shows the moments leading up to the shooting. You can see people running as the gunmen opened fire. They were across the street when they began pulling their triggers. In the video, the suspects are seen running north. One of them wearing black, the other wearing a gray hoodie. Victims are seen scrambling to get out as people try to take cover outside. And we do understand that some of the victims were running outside and they fell on the sidewalk. Again, they survived.
They just came out of nowhere and just started shooting up the whole place. People scattered, running around, and some people got shot. The other people went around the corner and they dropped, the bodies dropped.
And once again, no one was killed, but 6 people were shot here along White Plains Road, including that mom and her 12-year-old daughter. Police right now are still looking for the gunman, and if you know any information, they're asking you to contact authorities as soon as possible. In the Bronx, Duarte Geraldino, Fox 5 News.
Gun insanity in New York City. This time 6 people shot in the Bronx, including a mother, used as a shield by one of the men getting targeted.
Tonight, the search is on for 2 gunmen. Eyewitness News reporter Sonia Rincon with the latest from Williamsbridge.
We had a brazen and heartless attack by 2 shooters that opened fire in the middle of the street and into a crowded convenience store, striking 6 people.
That convenience store is littered with shattered glass from the hail of bullets just before 5 in the afternoon.
A lot of people was running. This strip was very crowded, so you wouldn't know who did it.
Beverly Taylor couldn't see them, but heard it
10 to 15 shots I heard, and I just dropped to the ground.
and saw someone who was struck.
She was a young girl.
A 12-year-old girl shot in the leg. Police say her 40-year-old mother was shot in the abdomen when two people the shooters were aiming for used her as a shield.
If you can imagine, mom and daughter are up against a counter, and the two intended targets come in and bump into them, and then turn the mother around as they're being shot at.
Whoever shot these people, they had no regards for human life.
Jamal Wilson says he was only 30 seconds away from being an innocent victim himself.
It put fear in us, because now we can't really come outside. We don't know. I do deliveries, so I don't know if it's safe for me to do a delivery tomorrow.
Neighbors tonight are rattled by that disregard for life.
You can't walk your own streets without getting shot. Something's wrong with that.
If anyone on White Plains Road, shopping, walking around, saw anything, please call us at 1-800-577-TIPS.
Police say the gunmen who were wearing face masks ran north on White Plains Road, and that these weren't two people shooting at each other, but two guys aiming for the same group of people, and two of them are just as responsible for that mother being shot. Police tonight are investigating whether any of the other 4 victims in the hospital tonight were the intended targets. They are all young men between the ages of 18 and 21, shot in the arms and legs. All 6 victims here are expected to survive. In the Williamsbridge section of the Bronx, Sonia Rincon, Channel 7 Eyewitness News.
It's amazing to me how the total regard for human life nowadays is a common occurrence. What kind of coward uses a woman as a shield with her child? Now, granted, you don't want to get shot, but a lot of times people got bullets coming to them because they did something to somebody else out there in the street. Don't know what it's about, but I don't know. I can't really tell you how many times, me living up east in Jersey, I've seen people getting chased and people shooting guns at them while they're running, and they're trying to push people out of the way or run to a crowd of people thinking that the gunman won't shoot. You don't think the gunman knows that when he has hatred in his heart to pull the trigger for you in the first fucking place? This is supreme cowardice to me. The game is the game and the street is the street. Stay your stupid ass out of it, and you won't have to worry about somebody hunting you like you game in the wilderness. Man, society has went to crap. It has. And I mean, come on. Here it is, almost New Year's. You got a 12-year-old girl shot. You got a 40-year-old woman shot. He bumped into her. She's standing there. Get shot up. Other younger people, 18, 21, shot up. Run around the corner, they fall on the ground. So the bodies dropped when he ran around the corner. People running all different directions. Did you see that first video I showed you with the old man with the walker and then the lady in front of him with the cane? They couldn't even walk fast enough to get out of the way. If they had shot those bullets down the street, they would have just been cannon fodder. It's crazy. You in an urban, crowded environment and you're shooting guns as if the bullets would turn and hit the right person that they're aiming at. A lot of people out here got hate in their heart, and a lot of people have just don't give a damn. They don't care. And that's the thing. Why should lawmakers care? Why should anybody care when people don't care about themselves? They don't care about who they hurt, who they hit when they shooting these guns, or stabbing people, random strangers getting fucked up, not just in New York, but other places. People, for some odd reason, done jumped on the dark side, and they like being in the darkness. This is truly upsetting, man. I mean, all of these stories I do are upsetting, but I mean, they're things that got to be talked about. You know, the media talk about just what happens. You know, me, I sit up here and I talk a little bit more, you know, it's opinionated, but a lot of it makes sense. You might not like everything I say, but some of the stuff I do makes sense, and you can get what you can get from it. But I mean, come on, a human shield, you put a woman in the way. I wonder if the guy even got shot. So if he put her in the way and he got shot and then he ran out of here, I wonder how he feel. Wonder how he feel. How you pull a trigger. Listen, let me tell you something. If you look at the way movies are, even back in the day, you would see movies where guys would be aiming at people, like, you know, those gangster movies, and the guy would be going back and forth. He'd be running behind people, and then the guy would have a gun out, and the guy might pick a baby up and stand there, look at him, and the guy put the gun down and walk away. Nowadays, you don't see that shit. You don't see that. How they tell you, don't fire a gun if you don't have a clear, open target. But you know, these people don't have no military training. They don't have no, only thing they got is street training. Kill and be killed. In life, you either build or you destroy. You're part of the problem or you're part of the solution. And that's the way I see things. Life is either this or that. Cause and effect. Of course, you do this, the result is that. I wish the justice system would catch on to that shit. Maybe more people be alive. Wouldn't have to go through this stuff. Thank God nobody was killed. I'm Stock Market Steve for the Dynamic Reason channel. As always, like, comment, share, and subscribe. It's unfortunate that this woman was shot. You know, and then what's even worse is the way she was shot. And her daughter's there to see it, and then she had to suffer a gunshot as well. Heartbreaking. See you in the next video. Take care.